Hello, I'm just going to share about my life before I became a Christian and got saved. Grew up, I was going to church a little bit when I was younger, so I always believed in God. Like, I never questioned that. It was just obvious. But I remember when I was 14, all my friends at school started getting into drinking and smoking, and it really freaked me out because I knew that was sin and it was wrong and we shouldn't do that. So tried to be a good girl in that, never really having a proper relationship with Jesus Christ. And I remember sitting in church and thinking, man, this sucks. Like, sitting here and I'm missing out on all the fun. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give it a go, like give it a try. I'm not going to turn into some drug addict, some hardcore sinner or anything like that. Like, I'll be in control. And I remember thinking that, like, maybe just a month or something of going out and doing what my friends are doing. So anyway, it wasn't a month, it turned into probably a couple years, and I remember just doing whatever I wanted, whatever my friends, were doing. And you do one thing, start drinking, and then you get bored with that, so you want to try the next thing, and I turned into wanting to be like the crazy fun one, and yeah, let's try this and do that or whatever, and I'd be fine and happy around all my friends, but when I'd be at home or whatever by myself, I would just feel so lonely, and it's like all my sins would catch up on me, and I'd feel so depressed and hated being at home, and it was horrible. I just had a bad relationship with my parents, and always constantly lying and trying to cover myself and my sins. And so basically I remember thinking, man, what I need to do is just get a boyfriend and that'll fix things up. But I was just looking for love in all the wrong places, and so I get a boyfriend and it just makes things worse. And you just think like, I'll make stands and that kind of thing, but you end up compromising because you're a slave to your sin and you're not in control if you're living for yourself, but really sin has you in control. And I couldn't have fun on the weekends without drinking. It was boring to me otherwise. And so I remember coming to a point where I thought, if I was to die, I would definitely be going to hell. And you'd think that would scare you into getting things right and giving your heart to Christ. But I just thought, I just might as well not hold back, and turned even more rebellious. And I remember just feeling just so low and just crying out to God and saying, like, I'm just sick of this. I'm sick of feeling so lonely. And I know I still believed in God, but I don't think God could even help me or make me happy anymore. And I was just holding on to this relationship with this guy, even though we didn't even really get along. And just the thought of being even lonelier than I just didn't want to risk it. So I remember one night I was at home, and my brother said to me, you'd rather be with this guy than be with me and us in heaven. It just really hit me, because it's like God opened my eyes to see that everything I was holding on to was just worthless. And I just remember being like, well, I need to just get my heart right. I need to go to church. I need help. So I went to church, and I raised my hand at the end, and I prayed, and I said, God, like, please forgive me, and if you can change me and make me new again, like, that's what I want. And I tell you what, like, God completely made me new. It was just like the Bible said, I was a new creation. I felt clean. I felt like I'd been forgiven. It was just the best feeling to know that no longer, like, I didn't feel alone anymore. It's like I was looking for fun and joy and fulfillment, but Jesus said, like, peace I give to you, not as this world gives. And it was just so real to me. I was like, man, this is what I've been looking for, like, my whole life. And I was like, it's here. It's not just sitting in church, but it's a relationship with Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's just the best thing. And I've never looked back. I've never turned back. I never touched alcohol or cigarettes or anything like ever again, because I just didn't need it. I was completely fulfilled and satisfied. And I know that when I die, I'm going to go to heaven, and it is the best feeling that you can ever have. And I encourage you, if you don't have that assurance, you need to give your life to Christ tonight.
Yeah. Right, and keep those